If you're arrested in New York City and you can't afford bail, you will probably end up on Rikers Island, the largest jail complex in the United States. Isolated from the rest of the city and built on a landfill, the 9 jails on Rikers are falling apart and notorious for violence. Conditions are so bad that in 2014, federal prosecutors found them unconstitutional. Because Rikers is so remote, jail buses must transport 900 people to and from courts each day at a cost of $42 million a year. Family members lose connections with loved ones because visiting someone for just 1 hour can take all day. Lawyers too rarely visit their clients to plan their defense. Rikers is not only a broken jail complex, it is a symbol of deeper problems in our criminal system. 90% of people in jail are Black or Latinx, and almost half have a mental health diagnosis. Presumed innocent until proven guilty, the vast majority are awaiting trial. Only a small percentage are eventually sentenced to upstate prison. 75% of the people sent at Rikers are released straight back to our communities, worse off than when they went in. The human costs are massive. Even a short stay in jail can cause someone to lose their job, their housing, or custody of their children. The financial costs are also massive. These dysfunctional jails cost over $2 billion each year, $302,000 per bed. Protests led by people who had been incarcerated began to call for closing Rikers. Starting in 2016, an independent commission chaired by the former Chief Judge of New York State conducted a year-long investigation, talking to law enforcement, community members, and formerly incarcerated people. The commission laid out a comprehensive plan for a more just New York City. Our unanimous recommendation was that the city and state should make deep changes to the justice system to cut the number of people in jail by at least half, improve public safety, and close the Rikers jails. Changes like diverting people with mental illness and substance abuse issues out of the system, getting rid of cash bail because no one should be locked up because they can't afford to buy their freedom, stopping endless delays in bringing cases to trial, and reforming parole so people no longer go back to jail for low-level violations like missing curfew. These and other changes would make jail the last resort and safely cut the number of people in jail by thousands. With fewer people in jail, New York City can close the 9 jails on Rikers forever and shift to a much smaller system of facilities near each borough courthouse. These facilities would provide better access for family and lawyers and be safer for correction officers and the people in jail, designed with space for education and job training so people have a better chance to succeed when they leave. This smaller system would save $500 million per year in operating costs, money that should be invested in low-income communities most impacted by the criminal system. As the commission released its report, the city announced it would close Rikers. Change is happening already. Now there are almost 2,000 fewer people in jail than 2 years ago, and the city is as safe as it's ever been. To finish the job, we need more changes at every level of government, including the courts and district attorneys. And the city council must approve a much smaller system of jails closer to courthouses. Together, we can put an end to the cruelties of Rikers and make a more just city for everyone.